sort of like laminate it, so they've all covered afterwards, so that none of the ink comes up afterwards. They're properly finished. I am going to give these away for free if you want me to sign them as well. I'm quite happy to do that. Don't know whether that devalues them or makes it better, but I'm very happy to do that. I will give these away to the next order that comes in from the UK of £100 or more on the shop. Next person who does it, you get these personalized from me. I have only ever made, I mean, I have 3 sets here. So these are unique and one-offs, and I think they're fairly pretty. And you can see the purple stuff is actually from me masking them so I could do the varnish on them. So when you actually use them for training, it won't rub the artwork off on them. And I will take the masking tape off before I put them in a box with you. But yeah, there you go. Next order that comes in over that amount, then you will have these personalized micros from me. And if you don't want to use them for training because you think they're pretty, then that's also fine. But I can promise you that they are all varnished up, so the artwork won't come off them. I don't know if I can get that close up to the camera so that you can see. I'm going to get Jasmine to adjust them. So that's how they look. There's another one there, like that. And they come in pairs, so they're matching pairs as well. Right, I need to...
So we've got YouTube here.
Oh, got YouTube comments as well.
Yes.
Only just
Excellent. Okay. Right, Lydia, I've got to pack your order. What am I doing? What am I doing? I've got a quad block and I've got an MXL. So that's a MX Edge large, which is, by the way, I think the slightly better size. I'm probably not supposed to say that, but I prefer it. Mainly because, here's one here, is I use this for training. In fact, I use this on every single warm-up without fail for all my sessions. And the reason for this is it's got a really nice, big, comfy edge on it, but with a scooped curve on it. So it's really just loads of joints really, really nicely. I just don't like flat edges anymore at all because of using this so much. And then it's got a smaller micro, which is like a less than a pad this way here, or you can flip it the other way there. And then if I want to do any of my fingers, just warming them up for pockets, I have a really nice, comfortable loading of any of these pockets, which I do sub-maximally, but load them as monos. So it kind of just warms up that more open position on the edge, and it's super light and it fits in the bag. And I use this, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that I use this for all of my sessions when I do training. And literally, this is one of the most key parts of my warm-up. I use this every single time. Okay, so Lydia, I have a quad block and I have a medium MXL edge. Becky, is it a gold quad block or is it an original quad block? Original quad block. Don't forget, we have gold quad blocks. We made these in conjunction with Erin, which is super nice. I don't know why I haven't pinched one of these myself, actually. I think we've only got a few left, so I need to make sure I get one. Otherwise, right, what did I need? Quad block. Wait, was it quad block? Yeah. I tell you what, it's lucky that I don't work in here the whole time because I'm not very efficient with packing. Quad block and MXL. Right, let's get the hot water out of the way. It is still cold, but it's getting distracting. So quad block, MX edge, and let's put that here. And because I'm packing up this order, right from the start, I've got to find the right box size and actually fill it out and make it work properly, because this order is going off to France and I really can't mess it up. I don't do this job normally, but I did used to do it in the past. Okay, let's stuff and protect this thing around it. You know what, this packing paper that we use, I haven't got a very good smell. I lost it years and years ago, but just it smells a little funky.
It's made of recycled toilet paper.
Do you know what I've just been told by Becky, the product manager? She said, this stuff is, well, I don't know if you want to know this, it's made by recycled toilet paper. Is that why it smells a bit funny? I'm sorry, Lydia, that your order's getting packed with this. I promise you it's sanitized. I promise. Right, anyone in the comments, if you have any extra training questions, like questions about Lattice, about anything, I'm very, very happy to chat about them and answer them on the live stream, because, well, I like chatting and it's kind of fun to do this kind of thing. Right, so we have a quad block. We have an MXL. I need to produce some tape to close this up. I think actually one of the questions that I saw in the comments not a long time ago was whether I would be going back to Princip hookering, which is an 8B plus-ish trad route in Austria, kind of like a slabby crack. And the answer is yes, I will be going back. I got really close to it previously. But one of the things which has actually been a bit of a struggle is it's really hot consistently over there because it's in the sun. And so it's really difficult trying to get good conditions. So probably my biggest issue there is being able to go over there and get good conditions. And as I do a lot of traveling with other projects and things like that, and trying to make that work around the Utah season that I go to in the States at that time of year is a little bit of a juggle. But the intention is there. It's just which year I put it into. Okay, so that is Lydia's order. Quad block MXL France. Cool. Nice. Put that over there. Okay, have I got any more questions here? Oh, I've got some questions on YouTube. Session Media, love the jumper. Yep, thanks. It is one of my slightly jazzier jumpers that I have. Probably a little difficult on the eyes to anyone who's on live stream today, but I guess you can probably turn filters on your mobile phone screen so you don't have to look at it quite as bad. And also, I was asking, people asking about whether it's for sale as well. It's not. I'm sorry. I've thought about it more, and there's no price that can be had on this jumper. Another question. I recently brought a quad block, genuinely useful for training and injury recovery. Ah, cool. Well, that's really good to hear. Yeah, I mean, this is a quad block right here. This is actually one of our gold ones, which we did in collab with Erin. Erin McNeese, who many of you know. And we actually did this in a collab with her there. We do a profit share on this because actually one of the important things that we do as a company is to give back to the athletes. So I think a lot of people often think that Lattice is very corporate and we're all about making profit. But we actually do stuff like this that directly benefits the athlete and gives them back stuff to be able to fund their climbing and their training, their trips and everything like that. So that's why we actually did that with Erin. So it's not a money-making thing for us as a company, it's actually to help support her. So any sales that come on the Gold Quad Block actually directly go to supporting Erin in her career and her climbing, which I think is a cool thing to do. Right, question was, I had something, oh no, we were talking about the moon board. No, we're talking about the Quad Block. Another question, training question. I am 180 centimeters, 80 kilos or so on the moon board. I've done some 60 plus, 60 benchmark, 60 plus, and I find my pinky hold pops off holds a lot. Is this a weight morpho thing? I wouldn't say it's a weight thing. I would say it's probably going to be some kind of combination of morphology, so length of fingers and the relationship between those individual joint lengths that make up your finger, and then also training history in terms of how you actually traditionally grip holds, whether it's on a fingerboard or when you go climbing. And ultimately you have like a natural propensity towards doing something when you climb, but you can train these things out by putting more intention into your practice. So I'm also a pinky dropper. It's a bit of a problem for me because if I have relatively weak fingers for the grade. In fact, I don't have relatively weak fingers for the grade. I have quite weak, very weak fingers for the grade. And if my pinky drops off, I almost always then fall off afterwards. I have to have the pinky on, which has meant that I have had to move from having a much more open forefinger grip where the pinky is much quicker or closer to dropping off the hold. And I had to come to much more closed half to / full crimp grip so that pinky stays on longer when I grab a hold. And that's had a really big impact on my climbing. So yeah, to who was the last question? Nick, I think it's Nick. I would say look at training that grip intentionally on a fingerboard or a lifting device, and also when you go climbing, so climbing on a board, doing max problems, really concentrate on a slightly more closed grip position when you're training. I think that would help. What else was I going to do? I had another edge. Also, as a reminder, first order that comes in for anyone that places an order of greater than £100, I'm going to be giving away a pair of these custom, let's see if I can get it into the light here, custom micros. They come in pairs like this, hand drawn by me, and those will be given away with that order. If no one does that, then I think that tells you that my artwork is kind of pants. I can take it. If you actually want to have a look at whether the artwork is any good, have a look on my own personal Instagram page. And I did a little teaser on there so you can see what the artwork is like and what you would be getting. I'm obviously biased. I think it's all right. It's like a little side hobby for me. I've really enjoyed art over the years. In fact, I'd say it was actually the thing that I was the best at school. I really, really enjoyed art. I still, to this day, spend quite a bit of time doing it. Oh, I do like those edges. Little scooped thing. It's good. Right, okay. Have we got any more orders? Oh, yes. The product manager keeps giving me Post-it notes to pack orders. Okay, right, what have I got? I've got a quad block. I'm going to get the quad block and I'm going to come back and ask questions. So this is for William. Quad block coming your way. Shall I give... Shall I pack another just random... Well, not random, because I don't want to make it sound rubbish, but Should I give away something else? I know what I have for you. This is a bit of Lattice history, actually. Is we used to do mugs for Lattice. We don't do them anymore. I think we have very few left from way back in the day. And our Lattice mugs that we did, I was quite proud of these because we had our logo, but then a slogan on it that said, making training areas too busy. So we kind of did this, taking the piss out of ourselves that we've had this effect on the training industry, but now we've kind of ruined the training areas because everyone's doing so much training and hangboarding and everything like that, so they're busy. Whereas 10 years ago, the training areas used to be really quiet and climbing walls, but they're quite busy. So yeah, we recognize that. We apologize, sort of, but training's cool. We like training. Right, William, free mug going in there. Actually, I bet you've got a friend as well, haven't you? Or a partner. So screw it. You're getting 2 mugs because today is a special one-off, and I'm just going to do some random freebies because it's a live stream packing, and I don't do this really ever, so I might as well have some fun with it. My packing desk here is a bit of a mess already as well. I come into the warehouse and I see Ian, who normally does this job, and it's so well organized. It's really, really good. And I'm here packing very few orders because I'm just chatting to you guys, and it's chaos. Oh dear, I've got marker pens everywhere. Right, stay focused, Tom. Stay focused. Right, William, I've got an order for you. Quad block. Right, where's my quad block? Here. I've got my mugs. Right, 2 mugs in with the quad block. That's all right, isn't it? Yeah, okay. What I should also say, to many of you listening here, is that it isn't just me here packing away in the warehouse. There is a rather lovely and amazing team from both the marketing department and the products department who are just off camera and are helping everything that I do here. So it's certainly not just me. We have Jasmine, who does all of our YouTube content. If you go on our YouTube channel and you watch the editing that you get on there, all of the graphic overlays, the comedy stuff that comes, like the one with Erin and Will that we had come out recently, is really down to a lot of really good editing skill from her. So she does all of that. And then we also have Elle, who does a lot of our socials content around Instagram. And when you see any of the funny stuff, the kind of things that are kind of like of the moment, things that make you laugh on our channel, almost always you'll have that content being looked after by Elle. She's also made a lot of this happen today. And then we have Becky, who is our products manager, and she very quietly grafts on in the background, making everything to do with our products work. So buying in our products and sourcing all of them, dealing with our distributors, our B2B buyers, and also people that buy directly from the website. It would not work today unless she actually looked after all the systems behind it. And then also Ian, who is our warehouse manager and typically does this job that I'm doing right now, packs all the stuff up and actually puts the right things in the boxes every single day, because I mean, I think I've put the right things in the right boxes. This is probably not what to say on a live stream, but I've got post-it notes here telling me what to do. So I think I can get this right. Okay, right. I have William quad block, and oh, someone's just won. Oh, did he win? How close was he to £100?
£69.
Oh, it's close to that. Oh, I nearly gave away the customized edges. Right, let's close up the order. Right, so this is William. This is another order going to the UK. And then I will answer some more questions as well, because I haven't really paid a huge amount of attention to the comments for a little bit. So sorry about that. I promise you I'm engaging with the comments. It's so much to try and think about how to do all this all at once and not get sellotape. Ah. Yeah. Although, you know what? If I was doing this every day, maybe I'd be all right at this job. Should that be a thing? Like Lattice live streams where we just pack things from the warehouse and I answer questions about training and coaching and everything like that. Is that a good idea? Bad idea? I don't know. Let me know. Okay, so that is William. Let me write William, so don't forget that. Okay, that's that order. Next up is we have Lewis. Okay, shall I answer a few questions? Oh gosh, right. Let me answer some Instagram ones because I've been really bad at answering Instagram ones for a bit. Okay. Is anyone cool coming to the cellar soon? So this is the crack cellar underneath my house. No plans on it, but I'm always up for suggestions. Yeah, let me know. Okay, where are we? Santi Bovieri. Hi, Tom. Here, Santiago from Argentina. My question is, if it is convenient to train finger strength if I just started climbing a couple of months ago. The simple answer to this would be no. I would say no, not really. I wouldn't be looking to do, I call training is when you do an activity which produces some kind of physiological stimulus, but you organize it or you structure it. I don't think that is the right choice initially when you first take off climbing. You want to spend your time just learning your skill sets within climbing. And just by going climbing, you will condition and strengthen the soft tissues, which will then improve your finger strength just by doing that. So initially, I would say no, you don't want to be doing structured finger strength training when you first start climbing if you were just climbing a couple of months ago. It's a really common question that we get asked. I'm very, very pro finger strength training in general. As an organization, we use lots of fingerboarding within all the levels of athletes that we work with, all the way up to pro athletes. But it's about using the tool at the right time for the right amount so that you actually have the cost benefit analysis done correctly. Because there's a point where you could do the fingerboarding, but it just doesn't have the benefit that outweighs the cost. So the cost here would be spending a load of time not going climbing because you're hanging on a fingerboard, but you've only started climbing. Just do some climbing initially. You get the conditioning effect anyway, and you get all of your gains that you wanted, but you do lots and lots of climbing. So for sure, that would be I recommend. But actually, I've got to caveat that, doing some general upper body and lower body strength and conditioning and flexibility training as an aside when you first start in climbing, I think this is a really great thing to do. So often we work with new athletes who come from a calisthenics background or CrossFit, and those climbers tend to have really, really fast trajectories in climbing, basically because their general body conditioning, strength and conditioning that's been done is really, really good, and it fast forwards climbers really, really quite quickly. So I'm very pro that. Let's see if we have another question going on here. Zen Climber. Zen Climber, I recognize that name, but I don't know who it is. Okay, another one. Just started taking creatine, and I'm feeling heavier. Would you personally take creatine? Yes, I do take creatine, and actually, I don't have any issues or effect with this, with feeling heavier or being heavier. It may be just down to the loads that I'm taking with it. I think I have, is it 5 to 10 grams? I just take the amount that is recommended for athletes and take it as a sort of standard amount that supports my training. As a vegetarian, I'm really pro it, and I've seen some benefits. I'm not going to say it's game changing, but I've seen some benefits. I feel good on it. But more importantly, I am very, very pro, especially as a vegetarian, on excuse me, on protein supplementation. I'm an older athlete now as well. I'm 40. Am I 46? I think I'm 46. I'm 47. 46, yeah. And taking protein supplementation is really, really key. I had a big improvement, I would say, in my recovery by doing that. Even though I thought I was looking after my macros and I knew what was happening, just making sure the protein supplementation was really consistent all the time had a really big effect. So yeah, very, very pro that. Okay, let's go down. Hi, Tom. Who is the legend that made the ad for the cosmetic seconds? Elle.
Which one? Is it the quad block one? Oh, the quad block one!
Yes. Yeah. Elle, come on screen. Where is she?
Where am I?
You're there.
It was me. And Jasmine helped as well. The staff at the depot thought we were.
Is it the one with the little eye?
Yeah, with the googly eye.
Yeah, yeah, it was good.
The staff at the depot were not impressed.
Well, there you go. That's who it is. And Elle got a little cameo appearance there from Elle. Right, I should probably pack another order because I can see that they are getting sorted. Right, Lewis, we have an MXL and a lifting pin cosmetic second. Okay, so I'll go and grab those two. Another thing, if anyone is watching, is we have a reasonable number of cosmetic seconds also on the website. This has been another thing that I've always been really keen on having at the business and offered in our products, because like I'm a climber, I don't like generally paying full price on anything. And I'm very happy to have any form of cosmetic second if I know that I'm saving a load of money. So I've always wanted to have that we have those cosmetic seconds saved for people that don't mind a small error in something, whether it's a logo printing or a very, very small scratch, because it doesn't make any difference to the product at all. It just doesn't look what we have in terms of our quality control as perfect, and then it becomes a quality second. So we try and always have those available all the way across the website, and they're typically something like 50% off your normal retail, but you're getting the same product. So yeah, that's how I should be doing. Right, I am going to grab the MXL. I'll get the lifting pin second. And then I will come back to answer some more questions. So bear with me. MXL. I know your pain. Okay, so that and lifting pin second. How? It's all right. Ian's here. He's going to go and find it for me. Thank you. Ta-da! Lifting pin seconds. Comes in. Can I even find out? Okay, here's an interesting one. Can I work out why the lifting pin is a second. See, this is the thing. I can't even work out. No, I don't know why it's a second. So there you go. That's great for you. Oh, Becky's calling me going, test it with a plate. Okay, so we have these fractional weight plates that, where is it? 1 kilo. So we have all these fractional weight plates that we also sell other products because we like using these for wrist exercises and they go with the bar. And at some point, the manufacturer put too much paint on the coloring anodization of the lifting pins, and they didn't slip down the lifting pins, which some of those then went through as seconds. No, even that's not a problem. So yeah, I'm going to say half the time, I think if you get a second, it's probably perfect and you can't even work out what's wrong with it. At least as I've just found then. There you go. Right, so we have lifting pin and MXL. I need a lifting pin. Another lifting pin box. Okay, have I got any more questions whilst I make up this box? Or let's do some YouTube ones. Sorry, YouTube guys. I'm trying to manage two, what's it called, screens at once, and it's slightly beyond Tom's brain, who doesn't normally work in the warehouse, and I'm trying to pack all these things and answer all the questions at the same time. And I maybe not got the most focused brain ever. It can be a bit chaotic. Right, let's answer the questions. Oh, geez. Oh, I thought I nearly lost something there. Hi, Tom. Okay, I do bouldering and kite surfing. So this is from Linus O'Neill. I do bouldering and kite surfing. So you came up as an idea for a trip. Does anyone know of a good boulder location close to the sea in England? So certainly on the south coast is some amazing stuff that you can go down to like Portland way. There's some good bouldering down there. Not loads of it, but there is some good stuff. Also, Devon has got some really, really good bouldering, especially on the north coast. Some of that stuff is absolutely amazing. So I would definitely go and check that out. Yeah, it's really, really good. Probably some other people can put in the comments of where they think would be good for bouldering on top of it, but certainly those two. I think surfing is really good down in Devon, so I'd imagine you could do the surfing thing plus bouldering. So I would go North Devon around the Bideford area, is it? Bideford Heartland, and I don't think you'll be in any way disappointed. Okay, so I've got my order for Lewis. It's MXL, lifting pin, cosmetic second. Have I got this right? That is an MXL, that is a lifting pin. Right. Let's pack these little babies away, nice and safe in their little beds. Yeah. For anyone who has tuned in on the live stream and is watching and thinking, what the hell is Tom doing in the Lattice warehouse packing orders? It's mainly because we have a flash sale that's going on today for our quad blocks, which are 50% off. Quad blocks, and our lifting edges? Yeah, lifting edges that have also got 50% off. These things are flipping amazing. I use them every single training session for warming up. I use it for all my finger strength testing as well. I don't actually use a fingerboard anymore. I just use a lifting edge. It's way more convenient and it works just as well. And yeah, so we've got that flash sale that's occurring right now. And then also, I thought it'd be cool to be able to do this because you get to see that actually at Lattice, we're like not super corporate or like this massive big brand. I think loads of people think we are, hundreds of people, just robots pulling stuff off a manufacturing line. I've worked in the warehouse on and off. And when I say on and off, it's not, oh, Tom comes in once a year. This is, you know, hundreds of hours every single year being in the warehouse, doing a load of the packing, doing this stuff, because I've really enjoyed products and I've really enjoyed creating them and making them for climbers over the years. So hopefully you can kind of see that this is like a real thing that we do. And as much as I don't spend every day in the warehouse anymore doing this stuff, this used to be kind of my job, packing stuff and manufacturing things. Made many a pinch block. In fact, does anyone remember these? The old school pinch block. This we released and made back in 2020, I think it was, when COVID kicked off. And yeah, I think we only have maybe 4 or 5 of these left in existence in the warehouse. We kind of keep these behind now as little historical artifacts, but that was all made and designed by me back in the day. Which you may think, oh God, a product made and designed by Tom, that's not going to be very good. But no, it was really successful. I loved it. I loved the product, used it a lot, and it kind of kicked off a lot of what we did at our product department here at Lattice, making products that actually people find useful for training, which at the end of the day is what really matters to us, because we want people to do well with their climbing and training. I think this needs a little more packing. So I have the order for Lewis to go in here. Ooh, that didn't fit in very well. For anyone watching going, Tom is so incredibly slow at packing. He's done one order in about 20 minutes. You'd definitely be right. I have only done one order in about 20 minutes. And then I'll answer more questions in a second. Okay. Okay, one last one for this. Okay, that is on. That's Lewis. And then I can get on to the next order. Right, let's answer a few more questions. Shall we go YouTube? Let's go YouTube. Bambino? Yeah, is the username. This is always a risk as well when I have to read out usernames and whether I can pronounce anything, but that one's all right. Right. Hi, Tom. I've been doing 2 sets of 3 pull-ups, so 2 sets of 3, with added weight and plateauing at about 70% add body weight. Any tips on breaking the plateau / switching it up? Okay, so this is kind of like an inevitable thing with lots of training. You hit ceilings and plateaus, which can feel really, really hard to break through. I think actually quite a lot of this comes down to a combination of genetics, morphology, and then let's call them lifestyle choices. And the combination of those two can make it really hard to break through and get stuck. Most of the time, the thing to do to get through that plateau is don't give up, so persevere. You will tend to get through it through keeping the stimulus consistent. It works really well with almost every form of training. But typically you get stuck at these plateaus because the stimulus isn't enough to create additional adaptations. So normally you have to change something. What the item is that you have to change is really, really hard to answer in a sort of very generic, generalist way on, like a comments live Q&A thing like this. The key areas I tend to look at if I'm working with an athlete is quite a lot of the time people aren't putting in the very highest quality, so like the really top end intensity into their work, but it looks like you're doing 2 to 3 you're doing 3 reps only, so you probably are doing very, very high intensity work. So that would be my number one place to look at. My second would be to look at the actual structuring of the training and making sure that it's not just general overload and you're doing too much on top of all the other climbing and training that you're doing. You just might find that you're slightly too fatigued all the time. You're not taking enough rest weeks from doing that training. That you're not really moving forward because you're sort of like treading water. So I'd say that's another really big thing. And then thirdly, is probably around kind of like lifestyle choices. So how much are you working? How much are you actually getting consistent sleep? Are you eating properly? Everyone says that they are, but I know for sure it's not always true consistently. And how much stress do you have in your life as well? I think this is a really big thing for a lot of our clients rather than professional athletes that we work with. Is stress is quite a big factor in training returns. And it's not to say that you can't get rid of it. It's just that you can do things to manage how much of it you take on. And being realistic with it, I think, is a really, really good thing to do. So have a think and have a look at those things. And that's where I would start on that particular topic. Right, I need to pack another order. Oh, guess what we've got? We've got congratulations to Josh. We have a £102 order. I sound like an auctioneer here who's like doing that going, gone thing. But these customized screen micros that I've hand drawn and made for this live giveaway, which are all varnished, so the artwork won't rub off. You have won a pair of these through your order. So an order that comes in from the UK of over £100, I will put in a pair of these that are my own custom artwork. And there's very, very few of these in existence, so it's not like there's hundreds of them. I'm kind of semi-proud of them. It took me a long time. Sometimes I do these on, I've done them on flights when I come back from a climbing trip, because I get like a whole 4 hours of unaffected time and I can do the artwork. So that's how I've done it. Right, what was I doing? Let's pack Will's order. So Will, we have a quad block, original quad block. So quad block, blue, original. Check everything is all in there. Little instruction manual that goes in with it, of course. It's a little beauty. Yeah. And what else? We got lifting pin and a pin grip. Where's my lifting pins? Lifting pins. There? Yes. Some of this stuff when I'm packing it, I've got Ian, who's the warehouse manager, in the background, and I'm going lifting pins and kind of scanning around shelves because I don't actually quite know where everything is. So yeah, we have a lifting pin there, a quad block. What else do I have to do? Ah, and a pin grip. Oh, this is something I feel like not enough people know about. Let me see if I can go and grab a pin grip and I'll show you how these work. Yeah. Okay, so this is a funky little item, and I actually think that they get thrown in as freebies on some of our packages maybe, or they're very, very low cost. And what this thing does is, for anyone who does normal weightlifting training, you'll know about your bar grip that goes on the end of the bar. And this goes and is designed to fit onto our lifting pin. But what's really nice with these is you can take our fractional weight plates, we can place those onto said lifting pin, put the pin grip on the top, the collar that then holds it, and then you can use these for forms of wrist training. And there's all sorts of different exercises you can do, and everything's designed to go together. It's a really good little add-on that actually makes this product sort of like, I suppose, extra worthwhile, extra valuable, because you just have to combine some light weights. I mean, obviously we sell these fractional weights plates, which go down to 0.5 kilo, I think is the smallest ones, to do that. But honestly, I probably shouldn't say this, you can just take some of your smaller weights from home. Like I got some decathlon weights, and I put them on my lifting pin as well. And as long as you use the pin grip, it stays in place and it works. Becky, the products manager, is shaking her head, maybe me saying you can go and use decathlon items. Sorry, Becky. Decathlon's good as well. I like their stuff. Obviously ours is better. Designed for the purpose. Right, let's pack these all together. This is for Will. Lifting pin, that. Do you know what? Will, if you're watching, this order here is missing something. I'm going to, ta-da! I'm going to give you this for free. I'm going to put a MX Edge into your order that will go with it as well. So I hope you enjoy that. So you've got your quad block and you've got your finger strength catered for as well. And I tell you what, I'm going to sign it. You might be thinking, oh my God, don't sign my MX Edge because you're ruining it and devaluing it, but I'm going to sign it anyway. Just in case anyone else wants any other orders signed. Everyone's laughing in the background. Tom's giving them, he's signing them, he's ruining them. In fact, I think that's the first MX Edge that I've ever signed. Not the normal thing you do. You normally do posters and stuff like that when you go to events. But anyway, Will, you now have, as part of your order, a free MX Edge. So I better put it in a box and stop bumbling on and rambling and actually get some work done. Right, let's pack this thing. Those are my 4 items, and then I'll answer some more questions as well. Are people liking this? Is this worthwhile, entertaining, good value, having me chat on a live stream? It's very 2020, 2021, like the COVID years. But yeah, if you like me doing this, let me know, because I can potentially do it more, you know. Or we could get some of our other athletes, or we could we persuade Ollie Tor to be on it? I don't know. He might not be up for that. We're like, Tom, don't make me do that. But certainly we can have lots of flexibility to bring. I imagine we had Will answering questions. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Right, let's wrap this thing up. Don't judge my wrapping skills too much. I promise I'm putting enough packing in here to make it nice and squishy and safe. But I don't think I'm the guy that you don't want a present for at Christmas, where it doesn't come with like an amazing bow and looks incredible and functional. Mr. Functional. Right, that's in there. Does it look good enough? Becky, does this look good? Ian, does this look good enough? Should I have a little more?
The answer's probably no if you have to ask.
I don't know if you heard that. If you had to ask, the answer's probably no. Oh, I've been chastised. This is when you know that you have good people to work somewhere, that they actually care and they want the standards to be good. So that's cool. Right, let's pack this thing up. Close that up. And then I'll answer some more questions. In fact, let me find a couple more questions now. Okay, Anti-Paladin. Which board is the best for training outdoors climbing on a rainy day? Moon, tension, kilter, something else. I would say best board for outdoor climbing. I think I'd say Moon, even though I don't, let's say, feel the best when I climb on a Moon board, because the grades are harsh, very, very harsh, typically. So I don't feel like my ego has been buffed, let's say. Whereas if I go on a kilter board, I tend to feel pretty good about myself, which probably tells you something about maybe some of the grading. I mean, grading is hard to do, so it's a very contentious thing. But yeah, I'd say Moon board, I would say. And then a close follow-up to that is the TB2, after I think another very, very good board. But Moon board's a bit old school. And I'd say some of the older sets as well, I think they're a little more engineered towards it. So 2016 sets and things. Yeah, that's where I'd have to go. Maybe you could argue kilter if you were going somewhere like Albarracin and you're climbing steeper, more gymnastic stuff. Yeah, I mean, this whole board thing is a sort of contentious issue. Lots of people have their groups and their communities on it. I think at the end of the day, what makes the best climbers are people that tend to climb on a variety of different structures and different things. I think that's most important, really. So yeah, I would say a variety is going to produce the best results. Okay, let's have a look at a few more questions here. Guido IG. Oh, I think I recognize this profile. I'm asking a question, something before. Is there a good way to determine whether your aerobic base or power endurance is your limiting factor, assuming the other factors are not limiting you? For example, aiming for 7A. So basically, is there a way to work out, I think this is correct of what you're asking, is there a way to work out whether fitness is your issue? It's not us. Oh, it's your aerobic base or power endurance. Yeah, I would say the best way to do that would be to do what would be a critical force test, which is a set of fingerboard repeated tests that you do at different intensities, down from, I think it's 80%, 70, 60, 50. You can also do them to 40 and you produce a critical force curve. If you want guidance on that, I think you can actually Google it. We wrote a paper at Lattice on this actual topic as well. But then also within our own assessments that we have on the website, there is a way to actually get access to having this properly guided all the way through. I think it might even be, I think the assessment is quite cheap on the website, cheap in a good way, let's say. Maybe like 10 quid that will guide you through the whole critical force testing that you can go and do. But also, if you want to do your own research, I think just search critical force testing and then maybe the surname of Randall and Giles, who is the other name on the paper. I think Ollie's name was on the paper, and I think you can find all the guidance on that. And then you can do the testing yourself and work it out. So yeah, that's what I do. So this is Will's order with freebie thrown in. Oi! Where's my tape not working? There we go. that? Yeah, that's wrapped pretty well. Okay. Okay, that is done. Okay, next order. Shall I pack the one that got the free? Oh no, I'll do Josh's next because that was the big winner. Okay, next we have Tazamal, I think it is. And we've got a lifting pin second. So lifting pin seconds, I'll have to find out where those are in a second. And an MXL large, MX edge large, and an MX edge small. So let me go and grab those and I'll be back. So MX edge large and small. One of the questions I actually get asked about these. So inside of here is this product. And one of the questions that I get asked quite often is, when should I choose to have the large or the small on this particular product? And the answer is, you just need to work out what is the best size for your finger length, so the joint length on the end of your finger, so that you're loading the DIP, so the distal phalange on your finger, to the joint where you hit the crease. So if you're doing single, what's equivalent to a 20 mil edge hang, that it works for your finger length and size. So for me, on the MXL, this is like basically the perfect size on it. But if you have slightly smaller fingers, then you would typically go and use the MX small, which is, I think, adjusted down by maybe 3 millimeters. So these two products really are about customizing to your own finger length and finding something that works best for it. Really, when it comes down to finger strength training, kind of one of the critical factors of it is, in terms of putting in really high intention, really high force and load, is often about comfort. And that's why I will always recommend, when you do your training for finger strength training, is the edge is comfortable. It's the principal reason why we also made this curved edge on this fingerboard as well. Is a comfortable edge is so much more enjoyable to train with, and it feels less risky to put really heavy loads on when it feels like all of your fingers are equally loaded. And it's a very, very comfortable edge. This is what I do all of my warm-ups on, all of my training on now, 100%, nothing else. I don't actually use a fingerboard anymore, and I haven't for quite some time, because this produces the same results and it's more convenient. Go in my bag, go anywhere. A lot of climbing walls as well that I go to, they have one of these in the training area, so I can do that. In fact, if you're a training wall and watching right now and you want maybe like a set of kit of some of these things for your training area, just send us an email and we will sort you out. Right, okay, what am I doing? Two MX edges, so that's my order there. Lifting pin cosmetic second. So this was the funny thing that happened a little bit earlier on this live stream, was I had a cosmetic second and I couldn't work out what was wrong with the cosmetic second, which tells you how good our cosmetic seconds are, in my opinion. I'm going to see if I can find out what's wrong with this one. Okay, I think I spotted it. So on this one here, if you can see the logo here on the top of the pin is not perfectly lined up, so that the red diamond here perfectly lines up with the top of the eyelet where you load it. That, I think, is why this has been rejected and put through as a second. Right. Also, Becky said in the background, who is our product manager, keeping me in line so I don't say the wrong thing, these may not fit some of our own cosmetic, where are they? We have a test one here. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So we do these, what they're called, fractional weight plates that go with this product, so you can do some of your wrist training. and a batch of these that we had, they produced too much paint on them, and then these two didn't go well together, so you can't slide that product down. The good thing is actually if you use it with any other form of weights, like I have loads of other different brands of weights and they slip on really, really easily. So it's kind of like an edge case, but that's why this is a second. So just to be kind of like transparent about why it actually occurs, that's why we do it. Right, Tom, stop rambling, do some work. Let's pack this up. Is this a UK order for Tazamal? That one there. I'll just check, and then I can answer some more questions as well. Okay. I think I've got some extra room in this box. So I'm going to put some more freebies in because, well, this is kind of like a one-off, so I can go a little bit off-piste. Right. The question is, how do I make a box? Do I know what I'm doing? No, probably not. Does anyone else here watch those TikTok shops? You know, we got like live packing when they're packing all your Haribo into bags whilst chatting to the camera. Does anyone else watch those? Because I do. Yes. Elle says, who's from our marketing department, who's just behind the scenes, says she does. And I'm realizing this job is incredibly hard to do everything all at once. You can't be very productive. But I'm going to put some more free stuff in here. Okay, so Tazamal, you ordered a lifting pin cosmetic second. Padam, it's in there. 2 MX edges in there. I am also going to put in some Lattice nail clippers. Who doesn't need a nail clipper? I'm going to do some of those little, you know, like the rings that I don't know what they're called. Anyone know what those rings are called? Massage rings, something like that, in the box. And also, I have some old school Lattice here, one of our original mugs that we used to make and sell through the web shop, which have a complete piss take to ourselves that we ruined climbing areas over the years by making them too busy, because Lattice was not completely responsible, but partially responsible in getting a lot of people into training. So you also have a mug in your order. So thank you very much for ordering from us. And we actually really, really appreciate everyone who becomes customers of us. It is a company which started up here in the UK by myself and Ollie like 10 years ago or so. And we're like proper climbers. We're really into training. We're really into outdoor climbing. And it's been, I think, like a real privilege, actually, being able to create something that people value and they enjoy and takes them forward in their climbing journey, whether that's through their products, through training plans, educational courses and everything like that. And then the team that we've got here at Lattice these days, which is really the kind of the engine behind everything. It's not just me and Ollie. If anyone thinks that it is still me and Ollie, you're absolutely bonkers. We'd never be able to make this much stuff. And actually there's a really cool team of staff that are all based locally here in the UK. And they're great. They do loads of different jobs. And the principal reason why you get really good quality from Lattice is because all of those guys do a really good job with what they do. And we really care about climbing. We're all proper climbers, which is also another really important thing to me. Okay, right, let's pack that up. Need to pack this one properly. I think this is a mug inside. You never know what these post people are like, do you? Does anyone have a problem with Amazon orders where they lob the orders, like the box, over your fence at home, or they leave them in a bin and kick the stuff in? It drives me mad. Fortunately, our things don't come with Amazon delivery drivers, so I think your packages generally get a little bit more respect and care. So that's good. Okay, that is an order done. Unbelievable level of attention to detail from me. And I'm going to answer some more questions as well. Right, let's answer some questions from over here. So someone asked earlier on about what was my opinions on HOGs, which is a hand of God, which is like a special, really specialist training device. And I've played with a few variations of these actually, and we're very aware of them at Lattice. We're very aware of some of these like really, let's call them funky, sort of like edge of innovation finger strength training devices and methods, like some of the stuff around this like claw grip stuff that we've been seeing coming out recently. And honestly, I don't have a huge buy into it right now, or at least not from what we do with our athletes and clients or customers, mainly because what we do at Lattice, we have to be really freaking sure that this works and is reliable and isn't going to cause issues. So one of the fundamental parts of how we operated and how we built our training plans and coaches right from the start was we are a combination of really, really experienced climbers. All of our coaches are. They're very, very good climbers. Like we've had our own coaches climbing up to 9B. So that's like 515A. Or maybe that's more. Not very good with my conversions. And very, very well qualified and educated coaches. And it's this combination of experience plus education and a degree of conservative and like informed decision that goes back into the training, which is really important to us. So I'm not saying that something that isn't a little bit edge case couldn't become really useful further down the line, but I just don't think that the practice and knowledge and data exists to confidently say that that's what I would recommend to people doing. I think that's really what it comes down to. It might sound a bit boring and a bit conservative that that's the way that we operate, but at the end of the day, I need 100% of people that come to us for training plan services to know that they're getting the right stuff and it's being checked out properly, and we're not just making wild bets on someone else's training performance. It's not the way we work. And that's just important to how we operate. So yeah, maybe sometimes it comes across as a little boring, but I mean, behind the scenes, all the innovation and research and study is going on. So always keeping an eye on what is going on. It's just that we won't roll that out with every single client or en masse until we absolutely know what's happening. Okay, let's take this up. So I think that order took me even longer than the last one to get to the end of. So yeah. For anyone who has joined the live stream on either Instagram or on YouTube, one of the reasons why I'm doing this packing and giving away free stuff in the warehouse today, which runs until 2:30-ish UK time. Actually, there's probably still too many orders to go at the end. I probably will have to carry on going. Is we have a 50% flash sale, which I think is only today. Is it only today?
24 hours.
So it's 24 hours, 50% only on our lovely quad blocks, such thing, and also our lifting edges. Probably my favorite product we've ever designed or made. Shout out to Harley, who made and designed this one, who is our product designer. Really, really good product. So those 15% off all of today for 24 hours only. But if you order now, like whilst I'm doing the live stream, I'm just chucking in a load of free stuff because it's fun to do and I don't do it all the time. Right, let's finish that order off. Okay, that's cool. So that's that order. Okay, shall I answer some more questions? Okay, I'll answer this question whilst making the next order, I think. Oh, actually, I'm going to make that order that came in for Josh. Oh no, I'm not going to give your name on here. But Josh has been awarded one of the pairs of custom micros that I did the artwork on myself. They are all varnished, so the artwork won't come off. And that pair is going into your order from me. So a little gift, and thank you for buying from us guys and supporting all the work that we do, in essence, because we are a company that's always innovating and trying to drive forward training. So that's kind of, I mean, I think you would have seen that from us over the last 10 years. So this actually helps going towards supporting us as a business and what we try to do and achieve. Okay, Josh's order. So I have a gold quad block. This little beauty. Another thing to say on this gold quad block is we did this. This is a special run of only 100 we made. And it's in conjunction with Erin McNeice, who is a winner of multiple World Cup medals. Absolutely amazing athlete that we do the training for. And one of the reasons why we did this collaboration was that we wanted to be able to provide some of the financial return that comes from the sales of these and go back to Erin to directly support her in her competition climbing and career. So that's one of the things that we often do here is we actually try and think about what's the point of doing this. And it's not just to generate more sales for the point of it. It's actually thinking like a little bit more about what's the point of doing this. So that's the aim. If you buy a quad block, gold quad block, which there are very few left of now, because there was only 100 in the limited run, you are directly supporting Erin. Okay, I need to get a gold quad block. I have a switch, which is our portable fingerboard. I have a lifting pin and I have a pin grip. Right, I will be back. Okay, lifting pin, that. I need a gold quad block. Gold quad block. Where are they? I'm looking across the warehouse, thinking, can I find those? Ah, cool. Okay, so we've got gold quad block and a switch, which is there. And Josh, you also. Oh, what one shall I give you? Which custom artwork do we want? I reckon we go for the. So these ones I did. It's really hard to show these on camera because they're a little bit kind of shiny because of the lighting here. But this is the pair of them. It's like. So how did I do these? These are like urban graffiti style. And I think I actually did these to and from a flight to Greece, as far as I remember. I think I did this artwork when I was on the plane. It's a little hobby of mine. I really like my artwork. Funnily enough, I don't know if there's any route setters in the live streams watching or listening today, but I used to do a lot of route setting as part of my job, and I found so many route setters with really decent art as well. I don't know whether that's one of those things that there's kind of like a close tie-in with, like artists and route setters. Maybe it's a creative thing. I'm not quite sure. I was just taking the tape off there because you see these ones here. They've all been varnished so that the artwork is covered and protected, so that if you're actually training on these things, you won't ruin the artwork. So it'll stay there forever. Okay, so that is going to go into your order, Josh. Let's get a box and pack this thing up. And then I will answer some more questions as well. Yeah, my box is inside out. Get that right. Oh, out of interest as well, because myself and all of the marketing team will read all of the live stream and see what everyone's been saying. I'm really interested to know, have people tried our new app, which has the Lattice plans, and you can just download our app from iOS, Google, the Play Store, etc. And then you can have it build a personalized training plan based on all of your preferences for training, your goals, your standards, etc. I think it's something like, God, it's the sort of thing I should know, but I feel like the annual fee on it's something around £100, and the monthly is maybe 20, 21, 22 pounds. And this is something which actually just builds you a personalized training program and uses in the back end all of the data and systemization that we use to be able to actually build plans. So it's basically Lattices. Oh, Elle's showing me a screen right now going, start your plan today, £22.99 per month, or 50% off, and it's £124 for the year. But anyway, that size, tell me, or I'd really like to know, have people tried it? Did you like it? Have you found it? Have you found the training plans work for you? Hopefully you've really enjoyed the sessions and all the videos that go into it, the metrics, the fact that every single week when you go and do the training plan and feedback how you got on, it then adjusts live, like this sort of thing that, as far as I know, pretty much no one else does anywhere really in the world with any other sports, of actual live adaptation training programs. And I think that's a really, really cool feature. So yeah, we're interested to hear how are people finding it, because if we know, or I know, then we can improve it over time and make it better, which is the whole aim of the thing, really, is to actually make it really good for everyone. This box is the wrong size, so you're gonna have to find another box. Right, I need a slightly bigger box. Maybe this one. Would that one be right? Okay, can we fit everything? I don't normally work in the warehouse, as you can tell. So the question is, will all of these things go in here? All right. Ian, our warehouse manager, is just off screen. He's like, thank God, I can't work this out. It's too hard. Okay, right, let's work out how to do this. I bet you never thought you'd see me in a warehouse packing on a live stream, did you? My skill set might be slightly better suited towards trad climbing, but I am persevering. It's also actually really nice for me as an owner here at Lattice, actually being able to watch orders come in and seeing people's names, and kind of like that connection with the fact that you've got you guys on the live stream, and then I can see orders coming on. You can like see people's names and recognize them. It's kind of cool, actually. I can see why people do these live shop things like on TikTok and stuff like that, because it's quite good fun. Okay, so Josh, we have a gold quad block. I have a switch, which is our portable fingerboard. I have a lifting pin. Lifting pin. Then I have a pin grip. And then I also have your personalized micros. So I'm going to put these in a... Is it all right if I use that in? Yeah. Seeing as these are somewhat precious, I'm going to put those in another padded bag to make sure that those stay nice and safe. Seal that. And that all goes in. And then once I put some packing in it, I'll answer some more questions. It's the shake test. Has anyone else worked in a warehouse as well? If anyone's on these comments watching right now, well, not on the comments, but watching live, who's working in a warehouse, you may judge me hard for how I am working and how I'm doing these things, because I'm sure I'm not really doing the most efficient way ever. But I think it's working. Let's just double check this. I have the quad block. I have a switch, portable fingerboard, lifting pin, pin grip, and the customized micros. Okay, that's good. Right, let's just take that up, and then I will answer some questions. Can never have too much tape, ever. You should see it when I send something from Vinted. It gets way too much tape. I'm so paranoid on these things that the box will maybe slightly open, but that's quite a bit of tape, and that feels sturdy. Okay, that's good. Josh, congratulations for winning. Let me put that there, and that is in the post to you. Okay, right, let's have a look at some more questions. Right, so have another question here. Where is it? Do you find lifting on a portable edge, so it's on the string, so you can kind of see it a little bit better. So do you find lifting on a portable edge versus pulling down, like basically on a fingerboard, arms above the head, has an impact on finger strength from the difference in mechanics pulling from either direction? Okay, so how would I do this? So I think at the end of the day, whether you are using a lifting device, whether that's pinch grip, edges, whatever grip, and whether it's pulling down or you're lifting up from the ground, I think they are both highly relevant to climbing and both result in really good finger strength gains for almost everyone. They're both great methods. I cannot really take anything away from either of the methods. They just have their own slight pros and cons. And I'm going to say only slight because I actually don't see a huge amount of difference. I myself use 100% of the time now lifting edges. I use actually this particular one and this size for my training. It's very, very convenient, super comfortable, has a variety of different edges that I want to be able to use, packs in my bag, weighs nothing. I can take it with me to crags. I can take it on trips. It's really, really convenient. I've also used a fingerboard a lot in the past and also was really, really good for finger strength training. We use both lifting and hanging for all of our clients, whether that is someone who is relatively new to training through to people who are pro climbers, and we work with some of the best climbers in the world. They use both of those products and both those methods. I think the slight potential argument that comes in favor of fingerboarding is that obviously this is I'll try to use my other arm, an overhead position, which more represents what you actually do when you go climbing. So there's certainly, let's call it a rule within training for any sport, is the higher the degree of specificity if you're training to your sport. And what I mean by that is, does the exercise that you're doing look, feel like the thing that you're going to be doing in your sport? Then this is a great thing. The further you move away from that and it becomes too general, it's like part of climbing, it's not that specific, it's not that related to what you actually do in your sport and your movement, then it's arguable that this has less, let's call it, return on investment. These two are great. A fingerboard hang could be argued to be slightly better than a lift because of that downward pull and replicating or looking more like climbing movements. The part for me where it maybe loses some of that advantage is that this weighs 200 grams, I would say, something like that. Yeah, 250, no, probably 200 grams. Fits in your bag. You don't need pulley setups. You don't need additional weights to add onto your body if you're doing hangs on a fingerboard. And you can actually, even if you don't have weights to lift on a lifting pin, you just attach it to a tin deck, or you attach it to a sling to something on the ground, and you just do like an RPE value. And the convenience factor for me actually wins over the specificity and hang thing. And this is because for me, in this case, or if a client would be similar, I am doing lots and lots of climbing. I'm doing lots of high intensity overhead work already. So I'm loading my fingers in that direction. So I don't feel aggrieved that the small amount of very high intensity loading in my fingers that I'm doing is now in this, it's so weird because this is like a mirror image, I stand here, this way and pulling up is a problem. For me, it definitely isn't. If I was doing nothing overhead in my everyday week, then you could argue that fingerboarding would be more useful. So yeah, I hope that kind of helps and gives you a bit of information on that. Right, okay, another order. Martin. Martin from Netherlands. Hello to the Netherlands. I haven't been to the Netherlands for ages. I think the last time actually I went to the Netherlands was with Ollie. And we were, yeah, so it was me and Ollie. We were going to present some workshops at some sort of training symposium, I think. And we were so cheapskate because we didn't have any money that we slept in a ditch off the side of a road rather than pay for a hotel before going and doing our event. Yeah, that was old school. That was definitely old school back then. We do now go and stay in a motel or a hotel or an Airbnb. In fact, Airbnb generally if we go and do something. But those were the ditch days. I think we call those, yeah, the original ditch days. Nice place though. Yeah, I really like it. Okay, let's pack this order. So I have an MXL, so one of those beauties, and so let's grab that. MXL, and then I have a lifting cosmetic. Is that a lifting pin cosmetic second on here, Becky?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so I've got a lifting pin cosmetic second. And those all need to be packed together. Where's my cosmetic seconds lifting pins? This is the question. Can't find anything in the warehouse, as usual. Excellent. There we go. Lifting pin second. And let's put these in a box. Right. Let's go right. Do the right box size. Okay. Let's order these up. Just a reminder to anyone who's tuning in today, it is a 24-hour live, let me get this right wording right, a 24-hour 50% flash sale on quad block and the MX edges, 50% off in our shop on both of those. And I think you can bundle some of the stuff together and even get other things on top of that. So yeah, there's some really good bundle deals. And lucky you've got me packing in the warehouse. Tom, try not to mess anything up. Making boxes. Who would have thought I'd know how to make a box? Right, let's answer some more questions. Can I get a sneak peek on anything behind the scenes if I'm allowed to do it? Let me think about that. Can I give you a sneak peek? Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, no, I shouldn't do that. No, I'll get in trouble for that. Let me think about that and let me ask our product manager. Becky, is there anything from the product department that's like just, behind the scenes that people don't really ever get to see or know about that I can tell them about or show them? You don't have to have an answer right now, but I don't know. Have a think about it. I was going to show them that prototype board that we made. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. So I could show that, but I just don't know if I'm allowed to.
Let me think.
Yeah, so you have a think, and I will do whatever you want to do, because I don't want to give away anything which you're really not allowed to say. But good question. This is kind of one of the reasons why I quite like doing these live things, because you can chat to you guys. And can't access the website. Yeah, I'm sorry, we did have a problem with the website for a little bit, but am I right in saying it's all good?
Not yet, no.
No.
I think it's got like 5-10 minutes more of downtime once
Okay.
we beef up the website.
Okay, right. Well, we've got a slight issue with the website. It's supposed to be fixed in 5 to 10 minutes time. So yeah, if you're getting frustrated that you're trying to actually place an order and take advantage of this, which we really appreciate, by the way, it is the usual thing of technical issues. And actually, I feel like this is one of those things where it's often not really, I suppose, known when you try and run a small business, is that you kind of just spend the whole time firefighting all these things, little technical issues that occur, and you can be here doing like a live packing thing in the warehouse, and someone says, no, the website's gone down, and you go, oh, crikey, okay. And because you don't have like a massive IT team that sort everything out, you have to kind of just work it out at the time. So yeah, it's definitely a juggle. It's a real juggle making all these things work. But behind it all, we all really try really hard. We're really into what we do. We're really passionate about it. Everyone really cares. Proper climbers. It's just that not everything works perfectly smoothly at all times. Right, let me see if I can find some more questions. Great sweater, love it. Thank you very much. It is one of my favorite sweaters. If I come back and do one of these again, I will come back with some of my other sweaters that you can have a look at. Okay, let's get some other question. Oh, it's really difficult to focus on the gear, to be honest, because of the sweatshirt. Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. I totally get that. That's one of the better roasts that I've had today. Okay, another question here from Alex the Smurf. What is your advice when climbing outside to warm up? Indoors, I do a proper warm up. Outdoors is a poor warm up. What would be my advice? I would say that really what you want to do is you want to have a look at. I'm just going to grab a bit of cord so I can do this whilst I talk. Whatever your warm up is indoors and it works for you and you're obviously happy with it, is try to find ways to essentially replicate that and do that same thing when you're outdoors. And I know this is not possible to make it exactly the same, but you can certainly find a way to make it very similar, I would say. So it's about using the resources that you have available, which is the crag, like a warm-up hangboard, portable board. We've got like these things here. So you can actually use two-handed portable boards. I'll take out the box so you can see it. But stuff like this where you can warm up with two hands and actually can do a little bit of kind of like warm-up pump preparation where you can just hang with two hands, go on, off, and do repeaters. There are so many different flexibility exercises that you can do, I would say, with no excuses whatsoever at a crag. You might look a bit weird because you're doing so much flexibility compared to others, but if it works well for you, then I think do it. And yeah, it's just finding the tools and the resources at the crag will replicate what you have indoors and making it look like that, because I think you adapt well, both physically and psychologically, to a certain warm up, and then you can replicate that outside, you feel good. So that's what I do, basically. I have quite a set routine that I do for my indoors training, and I try and do really quite similar to that for my outdoor climbing. The exception with this being that my warm-ups for crack climbing versus face climbing are very, very different. So I have my own warm-ups which relate to those two. And I think that's another important thing. So make your warm-up specific to what you're trying to do within your performance. Okay, could I ask, is anyone able to make me a cup of tea? No, yeah, just milk. If you've got milk. If we have milk. I have no milk. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, black tea is good. I've been talking so much that I need to. I think that bit of string was not quite the right length there. Okay, so any other questions got there? Sean O'Neill. Can I actually reply on here to people in live chat? It's got a little tab that says reply. I've got Sean here who's asking about whether we did the decorated micros, these things here, giveaway within the product. Can we just reply to him and say, no, you haven't missed it. I'll do another one if we have another order comes in.
Yeah. Can you do it?
Yeah, so there was a question in the comments there asking about whether the person had missed the giveaway on the personalized artwork micros that I have done for this event. And the answer is no. I still have another pair here, which can be given away in any order. I'm going to say, because it makes it maybe a little bit more fair, on any order, UK order over £100, the first person to have an order of over £100 on our website on a UK order will get these personalized micros from me. Oh, Ian, thanks. Oh, yeah. Cup of tea. Okay, what should I do with the tea bag right there?
15 minutes left.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, we have 15 minutes left on the live stream. So I will try and get a few more questions still done. And I will also try and pack a couple more orders so that I can put some freebies in there because I like giving away stuff. Right, that's it. MX Edge made and ready to go out. It's all slung. Okay, right, what have we got? We have got Peter Ocamp. We've got a quad block. So original quad block. And what? Do you know what I'm going to do on this? So Peter, you have ordered the updated modern version of the quad block, which was, well, it took a while to design this and get it right, metal. But I'm going to give you a piece of Lattice history, which is our original quad block. I think we maybe only have 3 or 4 of these left that we kind of kept behind because we're like, oh, this is a little piece of our kind of product history, so we won't ever sell these. And I'm going to put this in with your order. So you are going to get the new and updated, what I'd say is genuinely amazing pinch training device. But I'm also going to give you the original pinch block that we made, which is actually made by me. So take with that what you will, because if I design something, it's not quite as mechanically cool as maybe something from a proper product designer. But nevertheless, I hope you enjoy those. And that is going to be winging its way to you as a little giveaway. So let me find a box and I can pack it for you. And as I've said a few times during the live stream today, if you like this live stream and you find it fun, entertaining, you like asking me questions, and I can kind of give out some training advice or just tell you things about Lattice and how we work, I'm very happy to do another one of these. And it all really comes down to whether people like it and enjoy it and you find it worthwhile and good value. So let us know in the comments whether you're on the YouTube live or on the Instagram live, and yeah, I can be here again, or we could get in another one of maybe of our elite athletes in, or someone else from the company, maybe Ollie Tor, to do this kind of thing. I could come back with an even jazzier jumper and really ruin people's days. And likewise, it'd just be the same thing again. I'll answer a load of the questions. I'll probably keep putting freebies in because that's a thing now. And then we can tell you ahead of time when it's going to happen, but only if people like it. If you found it boring and it wasn't much worthwhile, then that's as well okay as well. I'm always happy to have feedback. If people don't like things, then it is not a problem to not do something again. But I've actually had fun. It's been cool. And I don't think I've messed up any orders. I'm fairly certain on this that I've actually got this right, which the products guys in the background behind what's going on camera right now are probably wincing most of the time of what's being done, because let's say I'm not the most organized of people, but I think I've got this right. So Peter, you have new school quad block coming your way, old school quad block coming your way, both in the same package. And I think that has probably cost you £26. Is that right? £27. Can't remember what 50% off is the actual retail price. I think that's a bargain because it's 50% off on quad blocks today. So yeah, all of today, 24 hours, it is 50% off on the quad blocks and off our lifting edges. And a whole load of you getting extra things that I'm putting in as well. Right, more questions. Stop banging on about products. Oh, I should drink some tea as well. Right, let's have a look. Let's see, just lots of people joining. Hello to everyone. Question here from Yonisak. What's your best tips for improving in both sport and bouldering at the same time? Improving both at the same time. I guess there's a few parts to this answer. Is one, you've got to work out how you juggle both of those things, both your endurance and power endurance element, like the fitness element, and then also your strength element. So there's quite a lot of physical stimulus to what you're trying to do if you're trying to get better at both of them. But overall, I would say that having a balance of your week that you have both sport climbing and bouldering in there, so you're balanced on both stimuli. I think that's really critical, that you're managing and structuring the loading that you're doing on both those. I think a lot of people, when they decide they want to be good or better at both of them, they just do too much, and then they end up overtraining, or they're exhausted, or they plateau because they're just tired too much. And then secondly is having a really good hard look at your technique and your efficiency. Both endurance and strength can be improved through technique. Loads of people kind of ignore this whole strength technique thing, but it is absolutely a thing. There's a good reason why if you teach someone how to bench press on day 1, by day 5, they're considerably better at bench pressing. It's because they've improved their technique. So there is a strength technique element to this, and it's very underrated. I think a lot of people don't quite appreciate it. So do think about actually being, let's call it, a better climber or a better technique climber. That's a really important part of it, which is a lifelong aim, really, and it's always got to be improved. Right, I'm going to put some tape on this, and I will answer the question. The feedback here, I have tried the Lattice training app and I really like it. Would love to see the app take into account edge sizes for finger strength training and workouts. And I'd like to see some workouts for slopers. Cool. Well, I'm glad you've enjoyed using the app. That obviously makes us very happy. We designed it to work for almost everyone if they've got some sort of training focus. And this kind of feedback is what we take on board. And we are continually improving and doing feature releases on the app. We have a multi-person dev team that works behind it. We really, really are passionate about it. And just recently, we launched a whole load of additional features that allowed more customization of the sessions themselves that you do and the focus that you have. And that went forward. There's another feature, really big feature release that's coming out in, I think it's June, July, which is all around the assessments and doing testing. And then that will affect your training program as well. And then there's another feature release that's coming out in the autumn. Like, all this stuff is planned and roadmapped out and working towards. It's not like you get an app with us where we go, it's great, we designed something, sit back on our laurels. It's constantly developing. And that, for me, as someone who started this company quite a long time ago and had a really good idea about what I thought people needed for their training, is so satisfying to see this stuff actually come through and people get it in their hands. They're like, oh my God, I can download an app and actually go and do my training on it. And I don't need to have what is effectively quite a bit of money to have a personal coach. I know we offer personal coaching to clients, but I'm forever appreciative that this is quite an expensive thing to do for a lot of people. And if you don't have those kind of budgets to be able to put into your own training, it's nice to be able to make something accessible at a much, much lower cost. So it's a bit more basically accessible to the stuff that we do. So it's cool to do it. Yeah, it's really, really nice. Right, let's wrap this one up. So this one is going to the UK. So we have just 5 minutes or so left on the live stream. Then it is over. But it's not over forever, because if you want more of these, then we can come back to them and do more of them. So that's Peter, yours is there. The Netherlands order, did I say?
Didn't finish it.
So I was halfway through doing a Netherlands order.
It's the one with the pin in the edge.
Yes. Okay.
Not that one. This one.
Thank God, Ian's here. Help me out. Like, I got distracted. I was half packing an order. Oh no. Martin, I promise you're going to get your stuff. I promise. Well, yeah, I do promise. So MXL. So large edge. Lifting pin, cosmetic second. That is all going together. Right, so I dropped the lifting, the MXL. It's like being in a restaurant. If I drop your food, I'll go get another one off the counter. Right, another question. Do I have another one? Oh, the website is up, back and running again. Yay! Get on the website, people. If you were waiting desperately to make an order, and you were really annoyed that our website was down and wasn't working, you're thinking, what the hell is Lattice doing? They're supposed to be selling products and they can't even have a website that runs. It's up and running. Things do go wrong sometimes. Hopefully not too much. Right. How fast can you do a lap of the warehouse on the pallet truck?
That's from Jack. That's from Jack.
Is that from Jack?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jack, our old warehouse guy. Hi, Jack. Is that approved by health and safety? Pallet truck. I've just looked at where the pallet truck is, and it's got a load of very heavy stuff on it. So yeah, maybe not today. Next one though, I'll do a lap next time. Let's find another answer, and I can carry on packing this thing. Sorry, another question. Am I planning to come to Argentina? Sometime, maybe at some point. When is Pete and Tom Yosemite moving coming out? That's a bit like non-latticey. It's a bit wide boysy. When is a Yosemite movie coming out? I think we'd have to go on another Yosemite trip, actually. We went on one way back in the day where we did a lot of free routes on El Cap, which was really cool. But we would probably have to do a return trip again, I think. And then yeah, we could do that. Right. Let's do another one. Also, I'm going to say, because this live stream is going to end very soon, is I promise you, even if your order did not get packed live whilst I'm doing this thing, I will make sure some other freebies go in some of these other packs. So yeah, if you're feeling like, oh my God, I've just placed the order, Tom's being so freaking slow at actually packing in the warehouse, why is that not being done? And am I going to get a little freebie goodie? I will go through a number of those orders. I can't promise it's every single person, because I've been doing it in a somewhat kind of roulette style, but a good amount, like at least half of these orders, I will make sure that they get freebies in them, and they'll be decent freebies. It won't be like a sticker or something like that. So just to reassure you, if you didn't get your order packed live, maybe it's better that you don't get your order packed live because I'm less distracted then. Okay, right, this one's going to Netherlands, isn't it? And then the next order is going to, oh, should I do, I will do to France. We'll do France as the next one, which is an original quad block signed. There you go, there's at least one person in the world that doesn't feel like me signing their quad block devalues it. That's a miracle. Right, there. More, make sure this is packaged up all lovely. And I'll answer some more questions. What else? Questions? Oh yeah, someone else asked here about whether they're going to miss out on the freebies because the website froze. No, as I just said, even if you place an order after the bit where I'm here live, then we'll make sure there's a good number of you that get freebies. So don't worry on that. As there will be if I repeat this live stream and do another one. It's all up to you guys. If you liked it, you want it. Right, let's pack it up. Do you know what? It's actually looking quite good weather outside as well now, which is good because I have to go and pack up my van and go and pick up my kids from school shortly. So that's why I'm not on the live stream for 24 hours. No, it's actually important because there is a whole load of people that are actually behind the scenes here that have made sure that this is all set up and is happening today. It's certainly not just me doing this, because I think I'd probably be incapable of making the live stream actually work simultaneously on YouTube and Instagram all at the same time. Okay, that's done. Right, Martin, that's good. Okay, Vincent, signed quad block. Right, let's do that. Where do you think Vincent wants the quad block signed on it? I guess it's in an area where... I can put it in the groove actually where it doesn't get touched. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Okay, right, and then let's answer more questions. James Walker, can you sign my Switch if you end up hacking it? If we... Yes, so Becky has, who's our product manager, has a load more orders, which are just off screen that I can't see at the moment. And I can see James Walker signed. Yes, I will do that and make sure it's done for you. So no problem at all. Okay, right, more questions. Where are we? Is there any Lattice training shop giveaways that I can join? Would love to get an edge and a weight pin for finger strength because I can't put my hangboard up in a rental. Giveaways that I can join. Yes, I mean, there's giveaways right now when I'm packing orders. But in terms of, maybe you're talking about Instagram giveaways that we do occasionally where we just give away free product. They do happen every now and again. Not loads, but yeah, they do happen every now and again. So just watch the social channels and you'll see those. They're really competitive though. There's literally hundreds of comments. So I feel like statistically it's quite hard to win on those, I think. But yeah, let's have a look. What other questions have we got? Okay. Eve Gravel, possibly the strongest fingers in climbing. Let me sign this and I'll answer it. Vincent, signed quad block, going out to you. Hope you enjoy it. Hope your pinch strength gets better. And let's carefully package that away. So strongest fingers in climbing. Actually, the strongest fingers that I have ever tested is a relatively young lad that I personally train and coach from the UK here, called Matthew Mendes. And when I tested his finger strength a few years back, he was the best finger strength we'd ever seen at Lattice, beyond even the mighty Will Bosey. So yeah, I mean, if you go and look at his Instagram page, you'll see how good he is and how well he's doing. Very, very good potential, that guy. Extremely good potential. And he's also not that far down the sort of like the training trajectory. There's a lot to go still. So yeah, we're very excited to work with him, and we've certainly really enjoyed working with him so far. For me as a coach who's worked with a lot of elite athletes, I've definitely learned a few new things with where the upside potential is with some people. So that's really good to see. Yeah. Eve Gravel is very, very strong though. You're absolutely right. Some of the very strongest fingers in the world. If you're talking about absolute forces that his forearms can generate, then that's particularly relevant for him, because obviously in climbing, a lot of it comes down to a strength to weight ratio, and that kind of can impact the data or how you rank people against others. But in terms of absolute kilos, then Eve is very, very strong. Another guy who's got incredible grip strength in terms of absolutes is Ben Galper, who probably many of you are interested in training and feats of strength and stuff like that. We'll see him on Instagram, like absolutely insane level of strength. I think he has changed my mind on about how some things are possible. So again, really, really interesting person that. Okay, Vincent, that is your order there, signed quad block. What have we got next? Ooh, are we getting to the end of the... Oh, it's the end of the live stream. Oh, I've been enjoying this.
I know. You have to go.
I'm into this now.
We could stay on the stream. You need to go pick up.
Oh, yeah, I've got to go and pick up Sophie from school.
I mean, we filmed reels, so we couldn't continue streaming whilst we filmed reels. If you want to.
Oh, can we do that? No, you know what? I've really enjoyed doing this. I would definitely do it again. If people enjoy it in the, like all you guys that are watching after that, I will happily do this again. So that's not a problem at all. But really, I should probably go and do my parenting thing, because that, as much as I love all you lot out there, also my children, I love lots. So I'm gonna go and do that. And yeah, it's been really, really nice having everyone online. I've loved the questions and everything like that. All of you from YouTube and from Instagram. It's been cool to do this. It's yeah, really, really lovely. So hopefully we will return and do the same thing again. as I said before, it's a full 24 hours of flash sale. I will make sure that there is a whole bunch of really good freebies, like decent freebies, not just stickers and stuff like that are going to go in all the orders that go out today. So lots of you will open up your packages and go, oh my God, that's actually kind of unbelievable that they've put that in as well. But they don't happen all the time. These are kind of one-off things. And otherwise, thanks for tuning in. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. I will come with an even better jumper next time. And otherwise, take care. Good luck with your climbing. Hope it goes well. And just drop us emails, DMs, anytime you want to know anything about training. We're always here.
That was a success.
Nice.